NFC West. You think Jimmy Jesus and Kyle Shanahan run it back?
No, absolutely not. I think that they can be a playoff team for sure. You know, they're going to win 9 games. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They're not a bad football team, but they could suffer the same fate as the Rams, similar with the coordinators in a sense of McVay, how he went to the Super Bowl, then they went 9-7 but missed out. It could be the same fate for Kyle Shanahan. And I hate Kyle Shanahan too, but I like Kyle Shanahan because Kyle Shanahan
is a damn good coach.
He is. His schemes, he is all about spreading the ball. I love that shit. But gets everybody in the right position. It's beautiful. It really is. He deserved his payday. He really did.
Absolutely.
He really did. And I think John Lynch is a good GM though, too. So like they finally have the right people in place there. And so
absolutely. No, I think they have the right people in place at every position except for quarterback. And I think their offseason action showed that because they were interested in Tom Brady.
Exactly.
What more do we need?
Nothing, because that tells you everything you need to know. If there's 2 different plays in the Super Bowl that I can remember. One being Emmanuel Sanders at the end of that game. It was the Chiefs were up, I think 24-20. And they had a last-second heave on like a 3rd down. If Jimmy G puts the ball on the money, Emmanuel Sanders is in the end zone. If he makes a throw, he's in the end zone. And we don't know if Kansas City comes down and gets in field goal range, kicks it, or scores a touchdown and just ends the game. But he puts the ball on the money, they definitely go up. Even after blowing the lead, they go up. And so – you know, that's one thing. And then the second thing was towards the end of the second half, if you remember, towards the end of the first half, second quarter, they had like a minute and like 12 seconds, 56 seconds, something between there. And they decided to knee and like run as opposed to trying to put points on the board. And I think the score was 10-10, maybe. I think it was tied at the half. But
yeah, they ran the clock out.
Yeah, and the thing is, they were on they weren't at the 20, they were like at like the 28 or something. They had an opportunity to get in field goal range, and they didn't even try. And I just feel like everybody wants to give Matt Ryan a bad rap for not changing out plays. Where's Jimmy G changing out the plays? Where does that come into play?
People talk about the changing out of plays thing, and here's what I've learned, that a lot of people have opinions, but they don't have sources, which is, I mean, it's hard for the average everyday person to get sources. But when you don't have sources, you should listen to people with sources and listen to ex-players, listen to ex-scouts, ex-GMs, people who are understanding the inner workings of what goes on. And you learn that a lot of quarterbacks don't have the ability to change plays the way you think they do, especially looking at Shanahan's system. Like, there's so much pre-snap motion that happens in action that you can't really audible the way that you want to because it takes time to actually run the play.
Exactly. And like I said, with the 49ers just as a whole, great defense for sure. They got all the pieces on defense.
Oh, yeah.
And offensively, they have a bevy of running backs. They let go of what's-his-face is gone now. They got Jerick McKinnon, who hasn't played in 2 years, but –
Georgia State or Georgia Southern product.
Yeah, and former quarterback at Georgia Southern at that. But they got him, and I guess maybe he's going to be the 3rd guy. Who was it that's gone? They got Mostert and Tevin Coleman, but it's another guy that's gone now. He's in Miami.
Who cares?
It's somebody. I forgot his name. But either way, that's one thing that Kyle Shanahan likes to have is a bunch of guys that can get it. Even in Washington when he was with RG3, you had Chris Thompson.
Alfred Morris.
Alfred Morris had a hell of a year that first year, too. He's second in rushing.
Yeah, he did.
Somebody else, too. But either way, he stays with some running backs. And so –
who do you think wins the division? I'm thinking Russ gets him a division crown this year.
I don't. So that's where I'm going to disagree with you. And I think that we're going to show exactly who they are. I know that this sounds wild because Russ has never had a losing season. I don't think that the Seahawks are going to the playoffs. And so I'll say it. This is my reason behind it. I think Russ is great. Russ is top 3 for sure, bar none. Like, and there's no debate. He's top 3.
He's the corniest.
He is. He's Mr. Dependable, or what was it? Damn it. Yeah, I think it's Mr. Dependable, or it was something. I forgot what the hell he said. But that's his alter ego. But nonetheless, that team is not that talented, and that's just the real truth of it. They're really not that talented. Chris Carson had a decent year last year, and as a running back, he's a guy that puts the ball on the ground. And maybe that's my hot take of the day. Hot take of the day. I think that at the end of the day, that Seattle isn't going to make the playoffs, and I'm willing to back that. I don't think that they're going to make the playoffs. I like Pete Carroll. I like Russell Wilson. He can't continue to do it all.
No, they need a new offensive coordinator because Brian Schottenheimer is terrible. This whole
they went from Darren Bevel to him. Like, they went from both of these mediocre, cost them a Super Bowl with Darren Bevel. They went from these, or Darrell Bevel, whatever, Bevel, Coach Bevel. They went from him to Schottenheimer, these mediocre OCs, and it's going to catch up with them, man. It's going to catch up with them. And that defense already isn't – they couldn't stop the run last year. And so, they got Jamal Adams, who should be a presence in the box, but they couldn't stop the run either.